Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Anzur Ahmad, lecturer history. Our today's question for 11th class students of history subject is: what did the frontier mean to the Americans? Dear students, in this question we have to explain the meaning of the word frontier for the Americans. When we talk in a general sense, frontier means a borderland or the land of demarcation between two countries or two states. However, to the American natives, American natives means the original or the indigenous inhabitants of America who lived there before the arrival of Europeans to America. So to these American natives, frontier had some definite meaning. To American natives, frontier meant the boundary where these natives reached. Their frontier was changing continuously as these natives were forced to get displaced due to the expansion in the areas occupied by Europeans who had come to America in large numbers. Let's explain this now. We know that the Europeans had arrived in America in large numbers, and these Europeans, after settling in America, came to be known as European Americans. And these European Americans, or these Europeans who had come to America and settled there, they began to occupy the central places, the town places, or the marketplaces in America. And in those central places, in those marketplaces, already the American natives lived there. And when the Europeans began to occupy the central places, the town places, or the city places in America by force, and the natives of America were forced to get displaced from these marketplaces, as these American natives had no power with themselves to fight against the forcible occupation of their lands by the Europeans who had arrived there. In other words, we can say, when the Europeans occupied different areas of land continuously, the natives were forced to get displaced to some other area. And after some time, that area where your natives used to get displaced, that area as well was occupied or purchased by the Europeans in America. So these natives were once again forced to get displaced from that place as well. After some time, that area as well was occupied by the natives. Means that the process of occupation of different lands of natives by the Europeans went on continuously without any stoppage. We here mean to say now that when the natives were displaced continuously, because their lands were purchased continuously by the Europeans in America, and when these natives reached to a particular place, and between that land where they reached and the lands which were purchased by the Europeans in America, between the two lands, the lands purchased by the Europeans in America and the lands where these natives used to reach after getting displaced time and again, the demarcation line between these two lands, the lands of the natives where they used to reach after getting displaced, and the lands purchased by the European Americans. The demarcation line between these two lands came to be known as frontier for the natives of America. And as I told you, this frontier used to change continuously because the the Europeans in America used to continuously occupy more and more lands of the natives. The more lands they occupied, the more the frontiers used to change. Because if at a particular time one area was demarcated as one line was demarcated as a frontier between the natives and the European Americans, after some time these Europeans used to cross that demarcation line and this occupy some other lands of the natives. Thus the frontier once again changed. So the frontier used to get changed continuously as the Europeans began to occupy more and more lands of these natives of America. So in nutshell we can say, to the American natives, frontier was the demarcation line between their lands and the lands purchased by the Europeans in America, and this frontier used to change continuously as a result of the purchase of the more and more lands by the Europeans in America. Thank you.